Hello to all my gorgeous children at Gilesgate Primary School. Welcome to Mrs. Moore's Kitchen. Now this week we are going to make Mrs. Moore's creative cupcakes. How exciting does that sound? But first of all, before we get started, I would just like to say a big thank you to Miss Temple, who doesn't work at Gilesgate anymore, who sent me this gorgeous hat. How rocking do I look? Showing you up, Jay Jenkins and Damien. Mrs. Moore can look just as cool. So, first of all, I'd like to say a big thank you to Tillian. He posted a photograph of his rocking rock buns on the Facebook group this week. And Mum said that sorry it was late. It doesn't matter which week you make them on. Honestly, just send your photos in whenever you can. Also, a big shout out to Damien and Leola for their amazing cookies that they made last week. And Jay Jenkins for his amazing cookies as well. Thank you so much for those pictures. It's lovely to see you baking them. Right, let's get started. First of all, you need an adult to pop your oven on to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. First of all, we are going to cream our sugar and our margarine together. But whilst Mrs. Moore was at the shop this week, I had to get some new wooden spoons because mine was getting a bit tatty. And look what I found. I found a Mrs. Moore spoon and a Mrs. Cummins spoon. So, we're going to pop our sugar. I'm going to use a Mrs. Moore spoon. We're going to pop our sugar into our bowl, like so, and our margarine. Now it's easier if after you've weighed your margarine out, if you leave it outside to get to room temperature first, it's a lot easier to cream in. So we're going to add our margarine. Now it's butter this week, it's margarine this week, not butter. This is all confused and the cat aren't even fighting yet. So we're going to mash that in and give that a good cream together. Now this will be a lot easier than what it is with the butter because the margarine's a lot softer. Just keep creaming away until all the sugar disappears into the marge. Your mixture should look something like this, nice and creamy. So, I find to stop your dish slipping when you are doing a lot of mixing, if you get a dishcloth or a tea towel, if you pop it under your dish, it stops it from slipping. So first of all, we're going to add a little bit of egg. Not all of it, just a touch, because you don't want your mixture to curdle and that's when it all starts to separate and that's not what we want. So as we add a little bit of egg, we're going to add a little bit of flour and then you're going to beat. And do it quite fast because you don't want your mixture to separate. Get your muscles working. You see, lovely coming together. And we're going to do the same again. We're going to add the rest of the egg and then a little bit of flour, but not all of your flour. So we need to leave a bit of the flour for the end. So about that much. And then as I say, just keep beating, guys. Now the idea is a good beating is, so I don't know if you can see, but there's lots of little bubbles starting to appear there. So give it a really good beat and a really good fold around and that adds the air, so hopefully our little cupcakes will rise. Then what you're going to do with the remainder of your flour is pop it in. Now we've finished the beating process, we are now going to fold. So the easiest way to do this is to bring it around your dish and then slice down the middle. Around your dish and slice down the middle. Now do that very gently because you don't want the air that you've already beat in to disappear. So keep doing that until your flour disappears, just nice and slowly. Your mixture should hopefully look something like this. So we're going to pop these into some bun cases. Now it's supposed to serve around 8, so say between 6 and 10, just whatever you want, however big you want them. If you're Tillian, he likes this huge, don't you, Tillian? Right, so what I like to do is I've got some buntings here, and I've popped some little cases in, and I like to just get a bit onto the tablespoon and then get your little finger and just slide the mixture off right into the middle. Try not to get it onto the tin. If you do get it onto the tin, make sure you wipe it off before it goes into the oven, otherwise it will burn. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see that. That's about the amount I've got in each one. So keep going to the full. Now to make sure you get all of your mixture out, if you have got one, use a spatula, because it's amazing how much mixture. You can literally get your bowl clean and then just add that in as we go. And nobody licking this bowl. You see how much we've managed to get out there? Now Mrs. Mill has been a bit sloppy, and I have got some on the tin. I'm just going to get a little bit of kitchen roll. And my Emily is pulling her face now because there's not enough left for her to lick the bowl. Do you mean? So I'm just going to wipe that down there so it's nice and clean. And as you can see, I've managed to get 8 nice sized buns, and I'm going to pop them into the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Lovely. Ta-da! Again, I've surprised myself how gorgeous do they look. Now if we can remember how we know if the coop or not, if we've got a skewer, pop it in the middle. If it comes out clean, if not, don't worry, use your knife, pop it in. Oh, if it comes out clean, we know it's cooked. Then very carefully, perhaps get an adult to help you, pop them onto your cooling tray. We don't want any burnt fingers. And then once they've cooled for about 10-15 minutes, we can start the fun part, which is decorating our creative cupcakes. When your cupcakes are cool to the touch, you can start and decorate. Now you can use absolutely anything to create your creative cupcakes. So I've melted some milk chocolate. I've also made some icing sugar up. I've melted some white chocolate, or if you don't have chocolate that you can use like that, you can always use a chocolate spread. And for my toppings, I've chosen, now these were all quite cheap, nice cheap branded supermarket that I went to last week. I've got some little fudge pieces, they were about 70p a packet, some little honeycomb pieces, some marshmallows, the cherries that were left over last week, and I found these in the cupboard, which my daughter's just said they're probably from 2015, about 5 years out of date, but anything sprinkly you can pop on the top as well. So we're going to get starting to decorate. So first of all, I'm going to do one of my cupcakes with some milk chocolate. Just pop it on the teaspoon, twiddle it round, spread it on the top. Now you can take more time to make yours, and I can't wait to see the photos from this week. I hope lots of you will be able to join in making these. So I've got some chocolate on the top there, and I've had one request for some chocolate with some fudge pieces on the top, like that. I'm going to finish that one later. And then I've also had a request for some icing sugar, some white icing. Spread it round. I find it easier using a teaspoon, or you can use a little knife with a little cherry on the top. That one looks cool. And also the last one I'm going to show you is the one with the white chocolate. Spread it round. This one hasn't melted as well. Certain brands of chocolate will melt better than others. And this one I'm going to pop some little mini marshmallows on the top. So if you give me some time to finish these, and I'll show you the end product, okay? Hello again. It's taken me about 10 to 15 minutes to make up my creative buns. I've made a variety there. Now I'm going to, I've made a chocolate one for Mr. Turner and a chocolate one for Mrs. Turner, because as you know, Mrs. Moore doesn't like chocolate. Okay, so I'm going to pop them into the envelope, send them off to Mr. Turner. Hopefully some of you will get a chance to make these. If you do, pop them onto Facebook. I've got some on my mouth. You sure? Anyway, so remember guys, lovely to see you all again. Are you sure I haven't got any on my face? You sure? Lovely to see you all again. Miss you lots. Love you lots. Stay safe. Stay at home. Mrs. Moore, see you next week. Bye.